So what a busy day it has been in the stock market once again. Monday was mental, Tuesday just as busy. So today I'm going to talk about a stock that I have completely sold out of. And yeah, it was a big position. If it helps you guess which one it was my top three, my third largest position in the portfolio. We're going to talk about four stock updates, four really interesting stock updates that happened today. And as well as that, I apologise if the lighting is not perfect today. I accidentally snapped my old lighting by mistake. I knocked it over and it snapped everything. So I bought a new lighting, so I'm hoping it's okay. If it looks a little bit dark, I apologise, but at least you don't have to look at me that much. As well as that, or you don't have to see me that much. As well as that, if it's too bright, I apologise for the light that's bouncing off my forehead. But apart from that, let's get started on today's video. So first of all, let's start off with PayPal. This is probably the biggest one of the day. What was my third largest position in the portfolio? Well, actually last night, as you guys know on the Patreon, I made some changes. I actually sold out of my PayPal position before earnings. I decided just to sell the position completely. You guys probably know I've been a little bit concerned about PayPal the last two earnings reports. I don't think have been good enough. I've been selling my position off. I think I made a video earlier this year saying I don't think PayPal is going to be in my top 5 holdings. And I just looked at it and I thought, okay, you've got two earnings reports that you don't like. You're not happy going into this third earnings report. There's plenty of other businesses at what PayPal is, 19, 20 times earnings, that like AMD, for example, that are giving you 5-6x the growth of PayPal, but yet the same valuation, and other stocks that I'm going to mention on today's video that are better valuations and have far more growth than PayPal. Why are you holding it? Because if the stock was to go down, and this is what I always ask myself, is like, if this stock was to go down tomorrow, would I have the conviction to buy more? And my answer to that was no. So I thought, everything at the moment I'm seeing I don't like. My gut is telling me that I don't like where PayPal's going at the moment. They've fallen behind where I thought they would go, because you guys know my videos on PayPal. I said for them to go up to where I want them to go, they have to do good growth. The growth's been slowing down. And right now, 19 times earnings for the numbers that PayPal have been doing recently have actually been pretty fair valuation. So last night I posted on the Patreon, I said I'm going to sell all my shares in PayPal on my main position, and then actually today I've sold the shares in my smaller position as well. And that's the benefits of Patreon. You get that up-to-date thought process of what's going on in my head. And obviously you guys on the Patreon knew last night that I did release the capital in the PayPal position, which means we take a really nice profit, a really big profit as well. So I'm actually very tempted to spin that into a new investment property actually that I made on that one. And if you do want to join the Patreon and get the live buy and sells, what I am doing in real time, the place to get that is the description in this video here. So yeah, PayPal down 11% today. To be fair, I just looked at it and I went, I am so happy I sold last night. I just wasn't feeling good going into these earnings, and I'm glad that I listened to my gut and it was telling me these numbers haven't been good enough recently. Why have you got this position in your portfolio? That's 2 quarters where you've gone, they're not where they should be for a top 3 holding. Just take your capital and run. And that's what I did. And today we're down 11%. Looking at the numbers though, I actually didn't think they were terrible. I'm not going to lie. If I can just actually zoom out on the earnings release, let's just have a quick look here. So EPS was a beat by 0.07. Revenue growth of, well, it says 5%. I read 4%, so I don't know if that's totally right. But same again, 4% revenue growth. This is the issue that I have. PayPal at the moment, if you're growing at 4% revenue growth, 19, 20 times earnings is about fair valuation. And I think that's maybe why a few people are starting to leave the PayPal position today, is that they've kind of gone, the growth slowed down rapidly at the moment and the stock's actually quite fair valuation for the growth you're getting here. I think that's some of the big issue with it. Payment transactions decreased 3%, which definitely didn't read that well. Total payment volume as well only increased 7%. I think last quarter this was 8%. I think the quarter before was 9%. So that's obviously not great here. We also saw that the active accounts increased actually quite well. That's actually worth pointing out, to be fair. But also, if I just go back to what I did have up previously, which is here. There was also things that people can, when the stock goes down this much, people kind of pointing out why is the stock gone down so much. And they said that also there was also a nice 15 billion stock buyback as well announced, which is good, which I think is over the next kind of 3 years. The guidance wasn't too bad, although they didn't give any guidance for revenue growth, which once again was one of my big concerns. The other thing was expenses. A few people didn't like the increase in the expenses that are currently going on, which were 6.9 billion compared to the estimate of 6.5 billion. So a lot of people didn't like that at the moment, and I think a few people weren't happy with the margin decline in PayPal. So yeah, there was a few things that people picking out as numbers not being good enough. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't think it was a terrible report. I think it was like an 8 out of 10 report, but the issue is that you're at 19, 20 times earnings, which I think for the numbers that they've just done is about fair. And I think what we're seeing now is a recalculation, and that's what I was kind of looking at, is that me and a few other people were like, we're hoping PayPal goes to like 25, 30 times earnings because it's going to have growth that carries on growing. But Alex Chris comes in and he also gets that little bit extra out of PayPal. And at the moment, I've got to say, it's actually gone a little bit in the other direction. So yeah, I'm happy I sold. I thought the report was actually okay. Did it deserve to go down? Maybe, maybe not. I just think PayPal is about fair. I ran the numbers the other night. I don't know if I actually still have them up. But yeah, I ran the numbers last night before I sold my position. And like I said, on the upside, I was only getting somewhere between 2% to 46% left in the next 5 years. It's just not enough for me to hold this position, and I'm happy I walked away with it. Going on to another one that blew my mind. I have no idea how Gaming Realms wasn't up more today. It was up 4% today, but I think it should have been up more than 4%. Their numbers that they just brought out were fantastic. So they did a pre-close trading update. So I said that we might get this week historically based on what they normally do. The fact that once again it goes down to the investor relations team that there was no kind of pre-warning about this is just, yeah, I really hope they do get a new investor relations team in here. But the numbers were all fantastic. Revenue growth, which was up 22%, which I think was actually slightly ahead of expectations, which was good to see. We also saw adjusted EBITDA up 30% as well. So when I'm seeing these metrics, revenue growth of 22%, EBITDA of 30%, I was expecting to see the share price up at like 10, 20% today. And yet the share price was only up 4%. And as well as that, when you start looking at the valuation of this business, like this is a tech business in the UK. We don't have many tech companies in the UK. We don't have many growth companies in the UK. But we do have one in Gaming Realms. And this is 10 times forward earnings. Yeah. 10 times forward earnings. 10 times forward earnings for a company that just grew revenue 22% year over year and EBITDA up 30% year over year. What? And we're only up 5%. It doesn't make sense. I think this stock should be at least 20 times earnings. I think 20 times earnings is very fair and probably still even cheap for a company growing at 22%. With EBITDA also growing faster than revenue. 20 times earnings is a fair metric for this business. And you could say, well, that's future earnings, Jacob. And I'd say, yeah, that's true, to be fair. There again, it's just about to close off its future earnings, to be fair. But even now, it's 16 times earnings. It don't make sense. This is a crazy undervalued stock, in my opinion. I talk about B&M. And I talk about B&M at 11 forward times earnings. And I talk about JD Sports at like 6 times forward earnings. And they're good companies, them. But this is, Game Realms is a company that has major growth drivers still. Great balance sheet. Growing revenue and profit a lot faster than them. And yet is, as cheap as them guys. And I would say that it has the better financials. It just, I don't know what to say. I couldn't believe this stock wasn't up more today. But if it wants to give me the chance to buy more shares at these levels as they continue to execute with perfection, I'll take it. YouGov. YouGov reported not too much to report there. The numbers kind of showed a little bit of improvement, but maybe not as good as what we probably hoped. Big thing to take away is the CEO is gone, and there is going to probably be a new CEO come in at some point. The old founder has come in for the time being. we'll see what happens there. It was a report that wasn't enough to kind of make me panic sell, but it wasn't a report that maybe go, yeah, you know what, I'm going to dive back into this one. So yeah, kind of an okay report. I think we're still going to have to wait for some more information with that one. And the last one on today's video, shout out to Palantir stock. 21% up as of recording this video, nearly 22% up as of recording this video. Wow, what a move. Oh, it's just jumped up to 23% up. What a move from Palantir. What a move. If any of you guys are owning this stock, congratulations. I gotta say, I was considering buying this stock at like $12, $13, maybe like 2 years ago. I never bought it in the end. I was just so busy during that 2022 stock market crash, buying other stocks during that time period, and some of them have just done as well, you know, the likes of Hims and Hers, but I was so close and I thought, I just can't go, but you know, it's a kid in a candy store moment. This is what we say about stock market crashes. You go through a stock market crash and you think, oh, I'll buy this, and then eventually when a stock market crash happens, you're there and like there's so many things you want to buy on sale and you can get so distracted on buying different things, and Palantir was just one that never kind of made my list. I was happy with the list that I did have, but maybe it should have done, looking at the returns that it did have, and it's done really well. So, you know, congratulations to any of you Palantir shareholders. The numbers were fantastic. There's no other way to put it. EPS was a big beat. Revenue was 36% year over year with a 46 million beat on revenue. Amazing numbers. When you are doing amazing numbers like this, you can command big valuations. I still don't know maybe if the valuation is a little high on Palantir, but you know, when it's gone up like this, you need to get perfection numbers, and they delivered on perfection numbers, and that's why, you know, the stock continues to go ballistic. Maybe in the longer term, you know, maybe it does kind of calm down and maybe the valuation contracts on Palantir at the moment, but certainly they have done very well, and these numbers are only going to carry on guiding them on another big run as they do bring out these numbers. And what I do, there's another reason I enjoy seeing Palantir doing very well, and that is because of this guy here, Sasha. Oh, Sasha. You know when you think it can't get any worse for him, and then it does. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. I enjoy seeing Palantir go up and thinking, oh, poor Sasha's probably rocking on his chair at the moment. Oh my days. The fact that this guy has the audacity to come on YouTube and claim to be a good stock picker when he sold Palantir out at the lows during 2022, 2023, and the stock since that time frame has gone up 1,300, 1,400%, and he sold it out at the bottom, and he's there on the internet claiming to be a good stock picker. He's there doing courses for £500 a year when he sold Palantir out at the bottom. The audacity that he has to call other people's idiots when he made this balls up. And also, you know, he had to then go and delete a ton of his stock market videos because obviously he's made a lot of stinkers since then. And the fact that he used this Palantir money to double down on Fiverr that he's been buying since $300, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love this game. I love this game. Today was a day where, and this was, I've not even mentioned really like Hims and Hers. Hims and Hers having another fantastic day. I think I'm up like 500% on Hims and Hers. It's great. It's really good. You know, I really enjoyed today. I had a really good day today. You know, I looked at PayPal and I was like, you know, I'm so happy I got that decision right and walked away from that position. I looked at Gaming Realms and I was like, at first I was like a bit peed off that it hadn't rallied off the fantastic numbers, and I went, you know what? I'm not going to complain about another few months to buy more Gaming Realms. I'm quite happy to go double my position. I've got something to buy out there in the market right now that I like. Yeah, I've still got something I'm happy to, you know, go make that money on. I looked at Hims and Hers, absolutely flying. I saw the portfolio at all-time highs again. And then just to top it off, I saw Palantir rallying and I just thought of Sasha and I thought, you muppet. Which is great to see. Honestly, the fact that he tried calling me out 2 or 3 years ago on YouTube when he was a smaller YouTube channel, and now somehow it's crazy, isn't it, that YouTube lets these muppets get to these big followings. I you know, I don't want to sound big-headed, but I have no idea how this guy has a bigger following than me when he's certainly, not that I'm a genius or stock market genius, but I think I do okay. I definitely do better than this guy. And it does show you that sometimes a guy that has no idea what he's doing in the market somehow claims a big following in the stock market. And obviously the videos that I've said previously about him as well. And obviously it's great to see it all come correct, isn't it? I think that's a great point to finish on. So yeah, hope you had a good day out there. I think I enjoyed it in the end. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in a bit.